Welcome to Amy Learns to Cook. On the show today, we're going to make French onion soup. Now, fall is upon us in a few weeks, and it's time to start thinking about soups again. This recipe is so unbelievably rich, sweet, and almost buttery. It is so absolutely fantastic. So join me as we make French onion soup. Okay, so the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to slice our onions. Now, we need quite a bit of onions. We need 5 cups of onions, and I've already sliced some. These are sweet Vidalia onions. It really helps to get the sweet ones because they get a nice sweet flavor. And anytime in a recipe you hear that the onion is sliced, all that means is that they're basically cut into half moons. And they can be thin sliced or thick sliced. We're going to go relatively thin, not overly thin, but we're pretty much just going to cut them in half moons. And we're going to put them in our bowl here. I have about 4 cups already in here. And go ahead and break them up like this. Make sure they're all broken up. Ooh, it's going to make me cry. I'm suffering from a little bit of a cold, so my voice sounds a little froggy today. Okay, and then we're just going to break these onions up. And next we're going to prep some garlic, and I have my little handy dandy garlic peeler. Pretty much it's a little piece of silicone, and you put your garlic inside here. I love this thing. I use it all the time. You just roll it around and the garlic pops out peeled. And we're going to go ahead and mince up 4 cloves of garlic. We're just going to mince these up real quick. And we're going to place them just in a little prep bowl. I'm going to wash my hands up real quick. Okay, so now we are going to cook our onions. And one of the things about this French onion soup is you really need to get your onions nice and caramelized. And the way we do that is to cook our onions on really low heat for a long period of time. And they're going to brown, they're going to get sweet and delicious, right? So to do that, we have a cast iron enameled pan. You can use just a regular saute pan. And we're going to put 4 sticks of butter, 4 tablespoons of butter in here. I know, 4 tablespoons of butter, right? But this is going to make quite a bit of soup, and it's going to make it good, right? We're also going to put a little tiny bit of olive oil in here just to raise the smoking point of the butter. Butter has a really low smoking point, and it has a tendency to burn if you don't watch it. So the olive oil just helps raise that smoking point just a little bit. And this is going to make our French onion soup very, very delicious. It's going to add a little buttery flavor to it. So we're going to get that butter nice and melted in there. And then we're going to put in our onions. And this is a lot of onions. And these onions are going to cook down quite a bit. So don't be afraid of that. Might be helpful to use a little bigger pan. And we have these, right now I have these on medium heat just till it starts going. I'm going to lower the heat to medium low, and we're going to cook these onions. It could be about 30 minutes it'll take these to caramelize. You'll see how they look. Okay, our onions are cooked down. They're nice and caramelized. I'm going to go ahead and put in our minced garlic. You want to put this in just near the end of cooking the onions because you don't want that garlic to burn. I'm also going to put in a little bit of salt because I think the salt sort of brings up the sweetness of the onions. So we're just going to saute this maybe for a minute to cook that garlic up. Okay, so now we have an enameled cast iron pan here. This is really great in cast iron, and enameled is really great because it's great for cleanup. So we're going to go ahead and put our onions into our pan here. Six cups of chicken broth, and I use Better Than Bouillon. It is chicken based. You just add it to water. It's really flavorful. Didn't mix it up quite. We're going to put that in here. We're going to stir it up. And now we're going to give our soup a little bit of seasoning. Okay, so now we are going to use one of my favorite seasoning blends. And this is Sunny Paris. It is by a company called Penzeys. They actually have stores all across the US. You can get it mail order. What's in this is dehydrated shallots, chives, green peppercorns, French basil, French tarragon, chervil, bay leaf, and dillweed. It is a really fabulous spice rub. When you get really good spices, they don't put anti-clumping agents in, so your spices can clump in the jar. You just need to break it up. One great thing is that they don't put that in, because that's just another thing that we don't want, right? So we're going to season this to taste. So I'm going to start out with about 1.5 tablespoons of our Sunny Paris. Oh, geez. There we go. That's that delicious smell. We're going to put a little fresh ground pepper. I'm going to put a little salt. You don't want to put too much because our chicken broth has a lot of salt. And you want to give that a quick taste. Wow, that is so good. I think I'm going to put a little bit more Sunny Paris in there, a little bit more salt. You want to be careful on the salt. You want to mainly salt at the end. So this soup is going to cook for about an hour. We just want to simmer it gently. And near the end, we're going to adjust the seasoning again, and then we will put it in some bowls and melt some cheese on the top. Okay, our French onion soup is done. I didn't need to adjust the seasoning at all. It was really good. We are going to go ahead and we are going to serve this up. Now, Eric really likes cheese, and classic French onion soup is in a bowl covered in cheese, so we're going to do one that way, and we're going to do one just the soup, right? So first, let's serve up mine. Wow. It looks really good. It looks incredibly delicious. Whoops. And we're going to serve up Eric's. And of course, on top of Eric's, he's going to get the classic. He's going to get some cheese on the top. I actually got him provolone because that's what he likes. You can do it however you want. He likes a lot of cheese, so we're going to give him a lot of cheese. He likes a lot of cheese. So we're going to go ahead and put his into the oven to melt this cheese, and we'll be right back. So let's have a taste. I put a little croutons on top of mine to give it that little edge to it. Wow. It's hot. Oh my gosh, it is so incredibly good. I really think it's the little bit of butter at the beginning, and it's really the Penzeys Sunny Paris that really takes this over the top. I really encourage you to take a look at Penzeys, take a look at the Sunny Paris. It's really a high quality seasoning blend, and it is so delicious. Wow. This is some of the best soup that I really have ever had. It is so good. I can't stop eating it. This definitely warms me up as the storm is coming in today. If you like this recipe, please subscribe below and visit my website at AmyLearnsToCook.com. Also, I'm on Twitter and Pinterest at AmyLearnsToCook.